Let's make kosheri, the national dish of Egypt. It's a dish that if you taste once in your life, it will run in your veins. The complexity of textures and flavors are out of this world. It's easy, cheap, plant-based, but only requires some few extra steps to get that amazing make-your-own bowl experience. Start by finely slicing 2 large onions and try to get them as uniform as possible. Add 2 heaping spoons of cornstarch on top and mix them. The cornstarch coats the onions, making a batter with the onion juice. Deep fry the onion slices in a good amount of oil, not shallow, but not deep fry either, somewhere in the middle. And don't overflow your pan, do it in batches. Once the onion starts to get that blondish brown color, place it on a kitchen paper, give it a good pinch of salt, and try not to finish them while munching on them. Then set them aside. This oil has been infused with the onion, so we will use most of it in the rest of the recipe. For the first sauce, which is the salsa, saute a diced onion in some of the onion oil, add 4 minced cloves of garlic with a heaping tablespoon of coriander powder, and once it smells like heaven, add 3 tablespoons of white vinegar and let it evaporate for a minute. Don't inhale it, as it will be strong. Then add 2 cups worth of blended tomatoes and 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Season with a pinch of salt, a crack of black pepper, then drop the heat to a simmer, cover, and let it thicken for about 10 minutes. You want a thick and rich sauce that coats the kosheri. For the second condiment, which is my personal favorite, the chili garlic vinegar. Add 2 tablespoons of minced garlic and chili to a cup of boiling water and let it infuse for a couple of minutes. Add the juice of 6 limes, a cup of white vinegar, salt, pepper, a teaspoon of cumin, and coriander powder. The longer you let it sit, the more pungent it gets. For the last condiment, which is the chili oil or shata, mix 2 or 3 tablespoons of chili powder with a bit of the onion oil, and once it starts to bubble, add 2 scoops of the salsa that we made at the beginning with a splash of water. Let it reduce till nice and thick. For the carbs, boil some spaghetti that has been broken in half, with a handful of baby macaroni. Once they're done, drizzle a bit of the onion oil and mix them so they get glossy, and to prevent them from sticking, toast some vermicelli noodles in a bit of the onion oil till they start changing color. Then add a cup of Egyptian short grain rice that has been washed super thoroughly and toast it with the vermicelli noodles for a couple of minutes. Toasting it with the vermicelli noodles is essential in order to get that nice and fluffy finish. Add a cup or a cup and a half of brown lentils that has been soaked for at least an hour. This is the only source of protein in the recipe, so you can add more if you want. Add enough water to cover the rice, but you can still see it, basically half a centimeter above the rice. Season with salt, pepper, a teaspoon of cumin powder, and coriander powder. Give it a gentle stir, and once the rice starts soaking the water and you clearly see it, cover and let it cook on the lowest heat possible for about 15 minutes. Once it's nice and fluffy, it's ready. Now for the assembly, follow your heart. A nice scoop of the rice, a bit of the crispy onion mixed in, topped with the spaghetti and the macaroni, a hearty scoop of the tomato salsa, a sprinkle of soft chickpeas, and finish it with a mountain of crispy onions. And once you serve it, add a bit of the chili garlic vinegar, a bit of shata with each bite. And you'll know that Egyptians don't mess around when it comes to food. This is the perfect dish for a party. Each can make their own bowl and enjoy it however they want. I know it's a long video, but in order to do kosheri justice, I had to. Let me know if you like it, and enjoy.